Hello everybody, welcome back to week 5 of the PUDL. This week we're going up against Raxos and the Atlanta Mighty Hyenas. Raxos recently switched up about half his team, dropping members and adding new ones, and switching up for more of a bulky offensive style with glass cannons like Deoxys, Noivern, Crawdaunt, and Virizion. I guess Virizion's more bulky than glass cannon, but Virision's also a Terra Captain, which is pretty scary, but it's bulky, it can be strong, it can boost on both sides of the spectrum. It's definitely something to watch out for. Colossal's another Terra Captain. That one's also, I've seen Terra Colossal do pretty decent things. It's good bulky, it's got rapid spin, it can spread burn to Will-O-Wisps, it's decent. Then he's got a whole lot of fat up in the middle there. You got Gliscor, Toxapex, Hat can be offensive or defensive. Can switch around with Baton Pass, has Magic Bounce. It's pretty good. Rotom Heat can also switch around, has Volt Switch, has Willow, can spread status. It's pretty annoying for my team to take out, and I think it has a pretty good matchup into me. Reverum is also really good, has Shift here, but I really don't think this is going to be coming over the rest of the stuff on his team. I just don't think it offers as much as the rest of... I don't think it has good of a matchup into me as a lot of the stuff that he could bring instead of it is basically like an opportunity cost type of thing. We're bringing Life Orb, Darkrai with 4 attacks. This slams like everything on the team because Dark is just so strong into pretty much everything. The few things that can switch in just get smacked by the coverage, and Crawdaunt is just not bulky enough in order to take repeated hits anyway. So I'm not super worried about that switching in. If he does want to switch in once, fantastic. And then you're gonna die after that. So it doesn't really matter. But yeah, this is just pretty classic. I've stopped running Nasty Plot as much on my Darkrai just because I don't really find myself clicking it that much, and it's just having a 4th attack is honestly just gonna be better in a lot of matchups. I'm starting to realize. So that's kind of the logic behind this. Also, I didn't really want to bring Nasty Plot when he could either have a Scarper that can outspeed me and one-shot me, or like Scarper Virizion, or even Noivern, or if he wants to, he has a Deoxys speed which can just outspeed and superpower me, so I don't really see the point in setting up with this. We got Fizdef Alomomola. This is here to mainly take care of Crawdaunt. I'm running no item this week specifically because I can now take 2 Choice Banded knockoffs from it without the boost from knocking off my item. We're rocking Baton Pass over Flip Turn, so as we don't give Colossal a Steam Engine boost, like a Weakness Policy Steam Engine set kind of thing. So we can still flip around. Alluring Voice, so that way if Crawdaunt wants to set up at all, I can just click Alluring Voice on it and confuse it, which will make it much more hesitant to want to set up in the first place, as well as potentially hit itself for huge damage. Wish to keep the team healthy and protect and catch my own wishes. Pretty self-explanatory. We're rocking Cyclozar, finally taking this off the bench with Terra Dragon in order to hit super hard Draco Meteors against most of the team. Rapid Spin because there's a Gliscor over there, and I really want to keep the hazards off as much as possible. Taunt, so that way I can ruin things like Toxapex, Reverum, even Colossal. And U-turn just to keep up the momentum and help proc Regenerator for myself. We've got RACHI here, mostly especially defensive. It's a bit of a weird set, but honestly it hits everything that it needs to. This can come in and beat Hatterene one-on-one. It can paralyze everything with Body Slam and just paraflinch things to death with Iron Head. And we're rocking Psychic Noise as the psychic attack of this because I do not want to run Zen Headbutt and potentially miss more than I need to, because Psychic Noise is pretty much just here for Pex. Like everything else can pretty much just get Iron Headed, except for Rotom Heat, but I can Body Slam it and switch out to something else. And Psychic Noise can always beat Pex one-on-one because it is gonna cancel out the healing, so it can't recover, it can't Black Sludge recovery. So I just 3-shot it or 4-shot it with this, depending on the spread. We're bringing Resto Chesto Garchomp this week. This has a very insane matchup because if this can get set up, I can set up in front of things like Gliscor and not worry about Toxic or Colossal or Rotom and not worry about burns. Rest it all off, and then once I get a Scale Shot off, I'm pretty much faster than everything he wants to throw at me other than like a Scarf Deoxys Speed or something. And then I kind of just win because Dragon Ground slams the entire team super hard. Only other than Rotom, because I'm not rocking the loaded dice, so I'll just need to hit a high roll on Scale Shot, or I can just wait till it gets chipped down by the rest of the team in order to just kind of win with this. And then we got a Max Fizz Diff Booster Energy Iron Hands. So one thing I do want to stress is that Groudon is a really big threat into my team, and I can't handle it super well if it is some sort of Dragon Dance, or especially Swords Dance in Trick Room. That's probably the biggest thing I'm afraid of. So that's why we're bringing this with minus speed, 0 IV, because this can actually do a lot of work for the team if a Trick Room is what he wants to go for. Fake Out to stall out a turn, Wild Charge to blow away Groudon and hit Hex super hard, Ice Punch for Gliscor, and Iron Head for Hatterene, and especially Terra Fairy for Rizzion. So that's the team we're rocking this week, and let's get into the match. Alrighty, here we are for week 5 of the PUDL going up against Raxos. What do we got? Ooh, actually see both poison types. Did not expect that. Let me go ahead and jot this down. DOS. Toxapex. Very glad I brought Mr. Garchomp now. Rev of Room. Gliscor, and he did bring the gosh darn Groudon, but no Hatterene is very surprising. I was certain that that was gonna come. No Rotom is also very surprising. Storm Controller keeps dying. I may have to grab something. What's the lead though? Oh yeah, this darn thing keeps dying. We about to play on Joy-Cons, brothers. Alright, Rammus is not a horrible lead. Actually, I want to be prepared for a Dio lead, so I kind of just want to lead this. This is probably the best thing for that. And if they lead Gliscor, I guess that's also kind of annoying. I could just lead my one guy, actually. I like that better. Just straight up lead in Darkrai. Just get some... pose a real threat to most things on the team immediately. We're actually playing with Joy-Cons right now. Let me grab this darn, like, median thing. Good luck, have fun to my opponent. Kenpachi. Oh, he does lead this thing. So we're just gonna go hard Aloe first and see what it wants to do. This should always be our first switch in, because if it's a choice band set, then Aloe can sit on it forever. I don't even think he's gonna... He really shouldn't be Swords Dancing in front of me anyway, in front of a Darkrai. Dragon Dance, okay. Was worried about this. But I can take anything it wants to do pretty freely, and that +1 is not super threatening, so we're going to throw out the Alluring Voice, and if it wants to set up, then it's going to get confused. Cool, cool. So this does a solid chunk and confuses it, which is very nice. Now, I have a couple plays here. I could Baton Pass out to Blitzcrank, or because it's at +2, I'm tempted to just stay in and go for a Wish. Even. Actually, well, +2 does so little. It only does like 70% max. I can go for a Wish and then an Alluring Voice, or an Alluring Voice first. No, we always go Wish first, actually. We can also just Wish into hands if we even want to. So we're gonna Wish first and then Alluring Voice based on if he gets hit or not. He does go for the attack. That is not Life Orb. Okay. That is not Life Orb. So that's what? 534 minus 268 is 266. Could be like Focus Sash. Yeah, that's like still... It can KO me from this range still. The play then is probably just go hard hands. Because if I protect and he gets more setup off, we're kind of in trouble. The booster energy is also really just for this, so it's not a big deal. The confusion is nice, but you see I can't rely on it. It's more helpful to just slow it down than anything else. We always... Ooh, we could fake out. He does have a ground type. I'm really bad at Click Ice Punch, really. Let me run a calc real quick. This Crab Hammer is gonna be doing basically the same amount that Knockoff was doing. And that's also not factoring in, it could be Mystic Water. Ice Punch is about to do a whole bunch of nothing though if it stays in. I just got a Wild Charge. Could have faked out first too, but nice. Nice. And this thing is out of here. So that's the biggest worry out of the way. So that's very nice. That was like the #1 most concerning, like, offensive piece. Shucks, I don't have enough. I could stay in, I have a defense boost. And just kind of duel this for a little bit. I guess if he does just want to click up a hazard or something, or that, then yeah, we do want to nail this thing with big damage. Oh, it just one-shots, and it's a crit. That probably mattered. That probably mattered. Okay. Oh yeah, that's super mattered. I think even if it was offensive, yeah, it still always lives. So that's actually humongous. Goodness. I stay in versus this too. We don't know if it's Terra Fairy or what. I think Wild Charging first is probably the best thing to do. And then Iron Head afterwards. Iron Hands was such a last-minute addition too. I literally was just thinking about it like last night. And it's going stupid right now. That's probably special, isn't it? I think I live 1 though. Well, it depends on the spread. That did like... I didn't get the exact HP amount, but like... about 300, over 300. Like between 300 and 400. Yeah, so probably just standard. Well, that's Life Orb actually. Sucks now that I didn't get the roll. Do I just sack this off, or do I go RACHI now? Probably RACHI. RACHI can handle this very easily, and I can keep this as a sack. Okay, cool. What is his RACHI switch? Crawdon's dead, Gliscor's dead. 3d9 to 350 with Giga Drain. Let me calc that. Yeah, just probably standard. Just I don't know what the item is, but what is his switching? Doesn't really. Oh, River Room can actually be a problem. Yeah, especially now that Iron Hands is chipped. Psychic Noise first or Wish first? Or Body Slam? That's the mid ground, right? One of these. I guess Body Slam is better if he stays in and Calm Minds too. It's kind of good into anything he wants to go into, because the Paralysis would be nice. We do get it, nice. I think I just always go hard chomp here. Is that Black Sludge? Yeah. Oh, leftovers. Okay, so we confirmed that. Guard Chomp seems like the play, because if it's not set up, I mean, even if it does get set up, it'll be slower now. There's kind of nothing it can really do to hit me that hard. Especially if it's not a boosting item. I don't think he's gonna click Toxic. Ooh. That's kind of... I mean, it doesn't matter because he didn't set the shift gear, so... Did 81. Yeah, that's like max attack adamant. I'm very tempted to just Sword Stance on this. What's his switching? I guess he could bring in the Fairy. Well, nothing switches into Earthquake anyway. I feel like, yeah, I should just make the pretty simple play. No reason to mess around and do something dumb. Or potentially dumb. So we got a half HP Terra Fairy for Rizion, a Toxapex, and a DOS. DOS should be the switch in here. Rizion can come in as well. I just go Jirachi either way. Yeah. There's nothing this can really do to threaten Jirachi unless it's like a physical knockoff variant or something along those lines. Which at this point is still not super scary, but it is a little more worrisome since Iron Hands is low. Ice Beam, yeah, that's free. Just don't freeze. Maybe he needs to freeze, honestly. That Ice Beam punch, that Ice Punch crit is still very funny and very undeserved. Cause that +2 Blizzcore could have done some work. Just Body Slam again. My way of beating this thing is by paralyzing it. We can eat that pretty well. No drop. Nice. Gonna toss out a Wish in case he decides to swap to Pex or something. I was like, oh, it's still faster, gosh. It's not Scarf. I mean, I am, like, no speed, so... He's gotta have a lot of speed, though, because I'm still... Actually, I'm what, like 236? I mean, he's also a Deoxys speed, so... Oh, I just throw an Iron Head. Do get a little Para-Hacks there. Just gonna toss out a Body Slam on the off chance he goes Pex. gonna put a can in the Deoxys as well. Just gonna Psychic Noise this immediately. Actually, well, I think we always do. It just does the most damage. And this is pretty much how I beat this. I just sit in front of it and click Psychic Noise forever. Chilling Water, gosh. Toxic Effect is just kind of sad now. I mean, I honestly like it, and I think it could still be very good. I used it in the tournament once, and it was pretty good. Like a good Aloe alternative. You can like click Haze and stuff. It's less passive than Aloe too, but losing Scald is such a blow for it. I think Jirachi can just kind of clean up from here, to be honest. The lack of switching made this much easier. As I say that, Lamau. I mean, it doesn't matter if this comes in anyway, it's getting Iron-Headed and dying. Could have Body Slammed there, but there's not even, I don't even really need to. Gonna throw out an Iron Head. If he does want to go back into the other thing, then I can just Psychic Noise the next turn anyway. This is gonna do a whole lot of nothing. Iron Head's gonna send this packing. And it looks like Jirachi's just gonna clean up from here. Yeah, so yeah, apologies for HAX. But yeah, that's how the cookie is gonna crumble. I do feel my team ended up being like I feel like my builds were very good. Like Crawdon had a great matchup, but other than that, I felt very, very like confident going into this. Like my cores are just very hard to break. And I just put like all the right techs on it, like Psychic Noise so this can't recover, the super defense on Aloe and Iron Hands, the no item on Aloe so I take less from knockoff, all that came into play. So that was pretty cool. And that's going to be the end of week 5. Going to pick up a 6-0 victory versus Raxos. We've got 3 more battles left in the main season. So we will see how those play out, but I don't know if this guarantees us playoffs, but it's probably really close if it doesn't. So thank you all for watching, and we'll see you guys next week.